And the last distribution on our list in this unit is F distribution. So it's also probability density curve, and it has the following properties. The total area under the curve equals to 1, as usual. The curve starts at the origin and extends indefinitely to the right, approaching but never touching the horizontal axis. So in this property, it's very similar to chi-square distribution. So it is skewed to the right, and it has the reciprocal property of F curves. Now, that is not important for our class. What's important to know is that your F distribution has 2 parameters instead of just 1 parameter. So for T and chi-square, we had only 1 parameter, degree of freedom. And for F distributions, we're going to have 2 parameters. And for the purpose of this unit, those 2 parameters will be given to you. You don't have to guess them. And later on, when we use F distributions later in this course, we'll learn how to figure out those parameters. But for now, we just want to get familiar with this distribution and know how to figure out probability values under this density curve. So here we see some examples of some density curves for F distribution. And here's the notation that we're going to use. So this will read the distribution of a random variable X follows F distribution with degree of freedom of numerator and degree of freedom of denominator. So these are our 2 parameters that the shape of the curve depends on. So here we have the red distribution with where degree of freedom of numerator is 1, degree of freedom of denominator is 1. And then let's say the blue one, we have a degree of freedom numerator is 5, degree of freedom denominator is 2, so forth. The degrees of freedom is a single number that determines entirely the shape of the curve and is called the parameter of the distribution. So again, for our F distribution, we have 2 parameters. And for this unit, you will be given those 2 parameters, but you need to be able to use them in order to find areas under this density curve. So that's what the objective is. Really quick, the reciprocal the reciprocal property of F distribution. You see this alpha of 0.99. So this F with the alpha of 0.99 is equals to 1 over F with alpha of 0.01. So that's the reciprocal quality. And yeah, so look at these distributions. So F is F with parameters 3, 2, and F with asterisks is F with parameters 2, 3. Okay. Again, this is not critical to remember for this course. This is just a general information. Let's go back to our example, and we're going to use, again, the tools of this course to figure out those probability values and calculating those F values as well.